Hello everybody and welcome to another video. And today we will be explaining how this memory puzzle works. And this is only part of it because there is about 230 lines of code. So I'll be doing this in maybe 3 parts or 4 parts. But so if we copy and paste all of this, if we go all the way down, and then we copy and paste everything here, or wait, you can't do it in the shell. You have to open a module, which I did last video. But and then you run the module, and then you get no errors, and then this memory game shows up, and it's different each time. So you get like a quick glyph of like all of, like in the beginning you get a quick glyph, like a quick glance of all of that, of all of the shapes and stuff. But you might be wondering how this works, how these show up, and today I'll be explaining that. So I have the first maybe 50 lines down, and I understand most of it. So import random, it makes it so that every time you run the memory game, that you don't just have the same, like the same shapes in the same place, and it's different every time, and there are trillions and trillions and trillions of possibilities. So this import random is very helpful. And it's explained here. It's just the general speed of a program. And the window width and the window height is going to be very important, and I'm going to be talking about like strings and constant variables and stuff like that. So this is what it is: the window's width and the window's height in pixels. And then this is so like we would run the we would run this, and then this would show up, and then basically the box size is like how big this is, and the gap size is like say we changed the gap size, this stuff would be farther apart. The boxes would be farther apart than it is. And then, as you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then this is the column. There are 10 columns of icons, and there are 7 boxes in each column. So that's 7 rows by 10 columns, which is 70 boxes. And I've played this once before. It's fairly hard because there are a lot of boxes and you have to remember all of them. And sometimes you get tricked, like this and this one. Like you might think that this one is the same as this one, but it's not. and it kind of trips you out. And it's fairly hard. So one of the confusing things is this assert. Is this assert command? This assert command, it makes sure that this has an even number. That it makes sure that this has an even number of boxes, so there can't just be like one. There can't just be like one right here. So there can't be like one right here that does not have a match, although there could be another one. So this assert basically just makes sure that while it runs, this assert command basically makes sure that this board needs to have an even number of boxes for pairs of matches. It makes sure it passes the true instead of the false, and if it goes to false, then it sort of reruns, and that's why it took a little bit. So like there might have been 71 right here. So this assert, it reran the program and made sure that there were 70, and the height and the width made it so that there can only fit 70 boxes, but we could put more. And this assert, it just basically reruns everything and makes sure this passes the true test and make sure it's not false. So this is basically what it is, and I'll teach you about these variables. So these variables make it so that it's readable, and it makes it so that it's readable for the program. So say that you didn't put this window with constant variable, it would just be 640, and that would be really confusing to the human brain, and it would be kind of confusing to the code, so it would take a little while longer for this memory game to load up because it has to recognize everything. But even though this takes a little more time, it's definitely worth putting in. And then there are colors right here. There are colors, and then what the colors do, and this background color is navy blue, so that's what this is. And then this is the red value, and this is the green value, and this is the blue value. So navy blue is 60 of the red value, and 60 of the green value, and 100 of the blue value. And that's what makes this background color navy blue. And this box color is white. So I mean, we could change it to like orange or something, and then these boxes would be like orange. And then the highlight color is like the color around the boxes where your mouse is, and it shows you which box you're on. And that's just regular blue. That's just it's just regular blue, which is 255, which is the max value of the blue. And this navy blue would have been more saturated if the light background color was not gray. And saturated basically means it like has more color. So on Google, let's search up blue, and then let's search up light blue on another tab. And if we go to images, and you can see there's regular blue. This is the more saturated blue, and then this is the less saturated blue. This is the less saturated blue, and it might look like it's not loading in, but it's actually just the picture. It's just it's more pale, you could say. It's more pale than this more saturated blue. It's more pale than the saturated blue. And this background color, the navy blue would be more saturated if it wasn't the if it wasn't gray, this color would be more saturated. And the last thing we're going to talk about today is line 42. And I can only make my videos 15 minutes. So it's kind of a setback, but it's also kind of good so that you're not watching this for too long and it's not very boring. And these shapes, so this is a constant variable and this is a string. So if you didn't put this in and you just put the strings in here, then it would be like there would be some weird bugs in this game and it wouldn't show it immediately. So that's what you use constant variables for. And there the list and the tuples. So this is a list and not a tuple. And I'll show you the difference between a tuple and a list. So a list is kind of like this, and it's in, no, a tuple is kind of like this, and it's in parentheses. So a tuple, the programmer can always say that this is a tuple. This is a tuple when it has parentheses over it, and a tuple cannot be changed. Rather, a list can. So you would use square bracket, and if you hear that noise, that means that the tuple cannot be changed, and you can always see the tuple as the same thing. And let me try and find a list in here, like an actual list. Doesn't matter. But a list is basically like this. So I would use print, and then I would use parentheses, hello world, this beautiful world. But I have to finish these parentheses. For it to print the right thing. So thank you guys for watching. And I'll explain more in the next video. Bye.